It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to be showing you a perfect draft keg of Goose Island IPA. It's coming in at 5.9% ABV. But first of all, we want to take the old keg out. Unfortunately, I've drunk all of the Magic Rock Dark Art Stout, which was a fantastic success, I believe, on the Phillips Perfect Draft. So let's get the old keg out, show you how to get the old keg out and put a new one in. Right, so open the doors. Remove the drip tray. And you simply lift the handles. Out it comes. Release the smoking, top of the keg smoking. Yeah, there's the Dark Arts. A massive success, I'd say, on the Phillips Perfect Draft. I'm gonna clean. It's a little bit kind of dirty on the nozzle, so I will give that a clean. But what we'll do first is take the old line out. Whoop. There's the old line. Chuck that in there for now. I think I'm going to give this a bit of a clean, so I'm going to come back in a moment. That's better, all cleaned. I just didn't want infection. Make sure that the nozzle is nice and clean. Everything else as well was a bit sticky and needed a bit of a clean. So we're going to put that down a second. Lift the tab. Should be showing you really. So you lift the tab here, take that off, chuck that out the back for now, and then what you do is that you open here the new keg line. So every keg comes with its own brand new line. So normally want to come out nice and easy. There we go. Get rid of that as well. So you feed the line then through, keep feeding it through nice and gently, and then click it down. So you've got a brand new line and the nozzle goes right to the edge, so it's not really touching the stainless steel anyway. And if I can just move the camera a little bit, there you go. So this then sits on top of the keg. Give it a solid push down and we're on. I suppose I can leave it like that for a moment. Grab hold of the keg. I always lift the, people say you don't have to, but I always lift that up because it slides nicely then into the Perfect Draft machine. There we go. Pull down the blue handles. Shut the doors. And that's saying 5 degrees on the Perfect Draft. For me, IPA, 5 degrees, that's absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get a glass now and just give it a pour. Actually, pour a little bit off. Keg's been shaking around a bit. Maybe I'll leave it 20 minutes because the keg, I've just been messing around with the keg and I want a nice pour for you. So I'll leave it 20 minutes or so. It has gone up to 6 degrees now anyway. So for me, perfect temperature for IPA. But we'll leave it a couple of 20 minutes or so for the keg to settle. Back in a moment. Okay, so the keg has been in the Perfect Draft for probably about an hour. I got sidetracked. It's down to 5 degrees. I don't really want to be drinking my IPA, although, I mean, it will go to 3 degrees and it will stay at 3 degrees. I prefer to drink it and review it at 5 degrees. There's no temperature control on this system. It will go to 3 degrees. I just think you get a lot more flavour from a beer when it's above 4 degrees. So I'm going to have it at 5. I'm going to pull a little bit off first to fill the line. That's all you need to do. That's enough. Waste not, want not. I wouldn't want to throw this away. So that's giving me a chance to wet the glass and pull some beer into the line. Let's pour a proper, I was going to say a proper pint, but a proper half. There we go. So the Goose Island IPA, 5.9% ABV on the Phillips Perfect Draft. It's right at the end of the year. It's December 2020. This video's been filmed. What a year. When I started the beginning of 2020, we had just one beer machine. The Krups, the subcompact. We've ended up the year with a Phillips Perfect Draft, a Blade beer machine, and a Brewfit Pygmy, or the Pygmy 25. So we got 4 beer machines, and of course the little physics machine. So 2020 for the channel has been really about, I can't forget the Pint 365 either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beer machines we've ended the year 2020 with. It's been a really kind of voyage of discovery for the channel. But I've always liked Goose Island IPA. I remember reviewing Goose Island IPA before the big takeover, before they were taken over. I also had their red ale as well, and of course the bourbon barrel, Bourbon County Stout, that's what they call it, which was superb. It still is superb. But I want to try on the Perfect Draft. So we got a 2-finger white head, good levels of carbonation. You can see that condensation on the glass where the beer is cold. Slow moving carbonation, amber in colour. Let's get the aroma. It smells just like I remember it. Really kind of grapefruity and piney, citrusy. That's lovely. Nice temperature, nice and cold, not too cold. You're still picking up the quality of the malt. A little bit of a biscuit malt flavour coming through. A little bit of sweetness coming through. And then it's all about the hops on the back end. Grapefruity, piney, citrusy. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of orange peel. Tangerine flavours. Look at the body on the beer. As I roll that beer around in the glass. Look at that body. Terrific stuff. I've had a couple of comments as well regarding these systems. A couple of people saying how much of a faff it seems to kind of keep changing kegs and whatnot. But I just want to let you think about this for a moment. On average, after swapping a keg, having a fresh keg in this machine, on average, a keg will last me a week to 10 days. So that's a week to 10 days. I can grab a glass out the kitchen, bring it through and just pour a beer. Just like that, really quickly. Draft quality beer, keg quality beer. In these, it's been filmed in 2020, so in these uncertain times, I've got keg craft beer at home. 7 to 10 days on tap out here, literally on tap. It takes longer for me to fit these kegs because I'm filming it. I'm adjusting the camera and whatnot. I reckon if I had one of these kegs and I wasn't filming, I could change a keg in a minute. And that minute then that I've lost, I get back over the 7 to 10 days where I just grab a glass and pull my beer. It really isn't a faff. It really isn't a faff. I think it's a... Well, it's changed my drinking habits anyway. It's a good beer. It's piney, citrusy, grapefruity. Really tasty stuff. Really tasty stuff. I think... and it's just me being honest here in a review. If I had any criticism, is that it goes down to 3 degrees. I'd like the beer to be a little bit warmer. I'd like to think in the future, if they were to bring out another Phillips Perfect Draft, you had a temperature control on the front there. You can just hit it up to... I'd probably send most of my beers between 8 and 9 degrees. That would be my perfect temperature to drink the beer, because I want my beer, I want to be able to get all the flavours out of the beer. So that was a look of how to change a keg on the Phillips Perfect Draft. A look at the beer. Great quality stuff. Goose Island IPA. A lot of you guys in the comments box have said, will you review Goose Island IPA? I have done. I'm glad that I've taken your recommendations and bought my own keg, because it's a fantastic beer. It really is. I'm going to enjoy this now. This will probably lead me right up to Christmas. It's a nice beer. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!